welcome to another episode of Community Storytelling. Love the stories that we get to share with you all the time. I'm Lisa Chrysler. Sitting next to me, the gorgeous Andrea Ivarsson. And you're a Los Gatos resident.
I am.
You are, and you are here today to tell us a little bit about one of my favorite organizations, one of my favorite nonprofits, Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, JDRF.
Yes.
We say it with love, JDRF.
We do.
But I've always wondered, and I probably should know this, I mean, we're talking type 1 diabetes, which we'll get into. Juveniles aren't the only ones with type 1 diabetes.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
What is the whole name thing about? Do you know?
It used to be that the majority of people who got type 1 were kids. And as time has gone on and autoimmune disorders have been on the rise, more and more adults are being diagnosed with type 1 later on in life.
And what's the difference between type 1 and type 2? Because there's so much more focus on type 1.
Right. So type 1, the beta cells no longer produce insulin. So there is no cure and no way to get that sugar and glucose that we eat into our muscles to make anything happen, our energy. Type 2, the body doesn't quite use insulin correctly or can't distribute insulin correctly. So one is there is no insulin, and one is we're not being able to use it efficiently. So type 1, the body actually, it is an autoimmune disease, and the body actually attacks the beta cells, so they are unable to produce any of the insulin that we needed.
And why is it that we are hearing so much more about type 1 now than 10 years ago?
It is just on the rise. All the autoimmune disorders, celiac, Crohn's, they're all going crazy, and we have to find a cure to it.
We do have to find a cure.
Yeah.
And why do you think that is?
I really don't know.
Is it
the researchers really don't? Yeah. There's some interesting thoughts about surrounding that, low light, vaccines, cow milk. I mean, it's the gamut.
It's the gamut. And there's so much gamut going on, so to speak. I mean, it's just crazy. Now, if you have a little one, they don't usually get it at birth, or do they? I mean, do you know at birth?
They can. It's very rare.
What are the symptoms?
So the symptoms are a lot more urination. They're very, very thirsty. A lot of times they lose a lot of weight, feel fatigued. They're just really run down. You can't put your finger on it exactly, but you have an intuitive feeling that something's really wrong.
And why are you involved?
I'm involved because my son Oscar was diagnosed at about 2 years old with type 1. And I'm not a researcher, so I can't fix it. So it's more or less a coping mechanism for me.
Yes.
I'm good at marketing and sales and fundraising and that type of thing. So that's just what I threw my hat into the ring to help with.
And you feel like you're doing something for Oscar.
I do.
For everybody else.
I do.
How is he doing?
He's doing really well. We're really lucky here in the Bay Area.
Is he on daily insulin?
Oh yeah, he has a pump and a continuous glucose monitor. So thanks to modern day technology, his loved ones and caregivers get blood sugar numbers every 5 minutes now.
Yes.
So we stay on top of it. It's really important just to make sure that those numbers stay in control for type 1 and type 2. So the lasting ramifications aren't so bad.
Do you ever grow out of diabetes? That's probably a stupid question, but I'm known for asking stupid questions.
You know what? It's a great question. You don't.
You don't. You can't.
You don't. Right now, type 1 is not a disease that's curable. That's what we're fighting for. And cure can mean a lot of different things to different people. It could mean a fabulous new device that makes it easier for us to manage, like the artificial pancreas. It can mean encapsulation. It could mean turning off that genetic switch to make people get it at all. And that's why JDRF is really important to me and my family, because they invest in research on all of those fronts.
Do you have a support group in Los Gatos? Are there a lot of people in Los Gatos?
There are several people in Los Gatos, but the chapter that we belong to spans from San Francisco down to Monterey. And so we do a lot of work on the peninsula and the East Bay.
And Oscar, how is he handling all of it?
Well, if a kid was going to get it, he's the one to get it. Yeah, he's got a really good attitude on it. He explains what the devices are that he wears. And, he's had it so long, he doesn't really know life without it at this point. Yeah. So if someone asks him what, his pump is, he'll say, my pancreas is broken. Just like some people wear glasses, or some people wear hearing aids, or are in wheelchairs, my pancreas doesn't work. So this is my little pancreas that I'm wearing on my arm. So He's really good. It's
Yeah.
important to surround those kids, all the kids and the adults, with others that have it, so they know that they're not by themselves.
Do you have other children?
I do.
Now,
I do.
is it common for just one child to have it, or could all children have it? All of your children?
The precedence is higher.
Yes.
If one, like a parent or another sibling has it, I think it's about a 50% more chance that you could get it. Doesn't mean that you will.
Yes.
Even if you carry the antibodies, doesn't mean that you will. There's nothing in either parent on my side's, genetic background that has type 1. So
Right.
it came completely out of the blue for us.
Well, I know all about JDRF because I've been honored to MC many of their
thank
events.
you so
and
much.
The big walk that they had at Levi Stadium.
Yeah.
And I was just amazed at all the love
Yeah.
and the friendliness and the camaraderie, which you need when you have something that you're going to have for the rest of your life.
Well, hopefully not for the rest of
Well,
our life.
Let's hope, because you do raise a lot of money.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And it's interesting that you say that. Yes, we're a really tight-knit group, and thank you for
Yes.
helping us with that. All of us moms say it's the family that you don't choose.
Right.
Because these, health concerns and disorders, it's the great equalizer that doesn't pick whether, what socioeconomic area you are in life or what color your skin is or whatnot. So
Well, it's good to have such a fabulous support group, which
It
you
is.
do.
It is.
And I guess if somebody would like to either help or go to an event or just get more research, get more information, jdrf.org.
yes,
It's all right
absolutely,
there.
absolutely. We're always trying to do fundraisers. We welcome donations of any kind, the walks and the galas and the golf tournaments. It's every little bit helps, and we have a lot of fun doing it.
Every little bit always does help. Yes. And please give Oscar a hug for me.
Thank
okay?
you. I will do
and
that.
Tell his little pancreas to keep on working.
I will do that.
What a story. It's something that so many people suffer from and will continue to suffer from, but you know where the website is now, jdrf.org. Andy, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And
Thanks for
again,
having
a
me.
hug to Oscar at home. And thank you for being with us today. Community storytelling at its finest right here at KCAT TV 15.